Welcome once again to this lesson. Our topic is going to be on the foundation of drama, and we shall be looking at the elements of drama. The elements of drama. Let's begin by looking at the definition of drama. What is drama? A drama is a story enacted on stage for a live audience. A drama or a play is a piece of writing that is presented almost exclusively through dialogue. Okay, like a short story or novel, it has a setting, it has characters, it has plot, and even symbolism. However, the way in which they are presented to the audience is different, because unlike a short story or novel, the play is meant to be performed in front of an audience. It's not meant to be read. Plays are not written in paragraphs and chapters like a novel or short story. Instead, they are written as lines of dialogue in the form of a script. So typically, these scripts are broken down into one or more acts or more divisions of the play, and each act is then subdivided into a scene or smaller divisions within the act. Usually, a change in setting means there will be a change in either the act or the scene. Now we want to go further and look at the origin of drama. The origin of drama. Drama actually originated from the Greek beliefs and concepts. The word drama comes from the Greek verb dran, which means to do, and the earliest known plays were written around the 5th century BC, and these plays were produced for festivals to honor the Dionysus, the god of wine and fertility. So the drama actually dates back to the Greeks. They started it, and it has evolved over the years. With the kind of drama we have today, we are seeing them shot on films and on different platforms. So that has showed us how much drama has developed over the years. So let's not forget the origin. This is very important in the study of drama. And then I want to quickly look at the types of drama. The types of drama. There are various types of drama, but only the 4 main types of drama will be examined. They are comedy. We have comedy. And then the next one, we have tragedy. Okay, we'll be talking about this. And then we have the tragicomedy. And finally, we are going to look at the melodrama. These contain different characteristics of drama, which include plots, characters, music, dialogue, and etc. Also, most plays contain elements of some or all of these different genres. We shall look at the general features of the type of drama mentioned earlier. We are going to look at the general features of this type of drama that we have just looked at. In focusing for our class, we are going to actually concentrate more on dance drama. By dance drama, I mean the combination of drama, music, and dance. Okay, so this is where we are going to be focusing on in our lesson. Now let's take each of these type of drama. Let's just look at the specific features and how we know them. The first one is comedy. What is comedy? Comedy is a type of drama which aims to make the audience to laugh. In fact, it's a play that ends happily. You know, the plot sometimes centers on a family conflict, but the truth is that at the end of the day, it's just to provoke laughter. Its tone is light, and it has a happy ending. I've talked about that. The character costume and settings easily tells the type of play it is. Okay, remember characters like Osofia, like Sam Loco, like Aki Apopo in Nollywood movies. This comes to mind when you are talking about comedy. You know, this role they play, it makes us to laugh, and you know, when we watch them, we see the intrigue, the setting, and the characters they play in the comedy, just bring some lightness and joy to the audience. So that is what comedy is all about. The main characters in a comedy could be anyone. It could be anyone. It could be a noble person like a king. It could be the townspeople, whosoever is playing those characters. It could be the servants. It could just be anyone that has been that is part of that comedy. And then it has this complication that usually there's this comic complication about the comedy itself that that occurs before conflict is resolved. You see, to look as if there's conflict among them, but then it's all just to create that attitude, that joy, that provoke you to laugh. That is what it does. And it's observed that in some cases the play ends with a wedding. Sometimes the script is so written such that the characters that are involved, probably they find them ending in a wedding. Let's look at the next one, which is tragedy. Tragedy is a kind of drama. It's a play that ends unhappily. Okay, tragedy is just the opposite of comedy. Most classic Greek tragedies, they deal with serious universal themes. The truth is that even though it ends unhappily, but there are themes that the tragedy tends to send, is passing across to the audience. Number one is right and wrong. Themes such as right and wrong. And then we equally have justice and injustice. Justice and injustice, we see it very conspicuously in comedy. And then life and death. Okay, so we see here that the overall objective of a comedy is to bring to light these things that we've just mentioned now. Tragedies pitch human limitations, let's not forget, against the larger forces of destiny. That is one thing we find also in tragedy. It pits human limitations against the larger forces of destiny. Now, for tragedy, the protagonist of most classical tragedies is a tragic hero. Okay, when we are talking about protagonist, now we are talking about the main character, the main character that plays the good part. Okay, it usually ends as a tragic hero. Okay, this character we are talking about, he usually has a tragic flaw, a personal failing that leads to a tragic end, and this could be pride, it could be rebelliousness, it could be jealousy. Okay, murders, death, insanity, and pain are among the most common ideas in tragedy. Okay, that is where what we see. The main characters usually have some kind of weaknesses or defects that cause their downfall. That is very, very common. The aim of tragedy, like I said, is to create a release of certain emotions from the audience, to arouse in them sensations of pity and fear, so that they leave the theater, they leave this theater with an understanding of the ways of gods and men. That is what tragedy does. Let's go to the third one, the tragicomedy. Tragicomedy is a special kind of drama that combines the features of tragedy and comedy. Okay, this means that each play may be sad, but will have a happy ending. It might be sad, but there's this combination, or it may be serious with some elements of humor emerging throughout the whole play. Finally, in this group we have the melodrama. The melodrama is a kind of drama in which everything is hyperbolized. There's a lot of exaggeration. Okay, usually themes depicted in melodrama are simple and without any unpredictable plot twist. Okay, there are quite a lot of stereotypes in such dramas, but the truth is that the main point of a melodrama is not to tell a story but to awaken feelings in the audience. Melodramas are mostly love stories with beautiful heroines, charming heroes, and scary villains. Okay, that is how melodramas are. Now, for the sake of our lesson, we shall be looking at the combination of drama with dance, which we shall refer to as dance drama. Now, we are going to watch this excerpt from a popular musical dance drama, The Greatest Showman. I just want you to take time. Let's watch this performance in The Greatest Showman, and thereafter I'll come back and we'll continue in the lesson. Wow, that is an example of musical dance drama there. Okay, that performance is a beautiful illustration of the musical dance drama. Now we want to look into the elements of drama. Elements of drama, what do we mean? Dance drama, like other types of drama, has the same elements of drama, which we shall be considering. The elements of drama refers to the element by which dramatic works can be analyzed and evaluated. How do we analyze plays? How do we analyze these dramas we are looking, these drama types we are looking at, and then how do we evaluate them? That is what constitutes the elements of drama. They can be categorized into three areas, namely the literary elements, then we have the technical elements, and then finally we have the performance elements. Now we shall be considering the literary elements in this lesson. Subsequently, we are going to look at the technical elements and the performance elements. Now let's look at straight into the literary elements. First, let's look at the plot. What do we mean by plot in drama? What do we mean by plot? The plot is the series of events that takes place in a play. Now there are 6 stages in a plot structure. There are 6 stages in plot. Now we're going to just quickly look at them. The first one is the initial incident, and the initial incident, that refers to the event that gets the story going. That is the first stage of plot. The initial incidents, the event that gets the story going. What are those things that the story is built upon? The event that that started it all. So that is what we refer to as the initial incident. And then the second one is the preliminary event. The preliminary event, whatever takes place before the action of the play that is directly related to the play, that is referred to as the preliminary event. All the actions that have taken place before the action of the play. Sometimes during the course of the drama, the references are made to those actions that have taken place. They are not part of the drama, but more like a reference, a preliminary event. That is just what it stands for. Then the third one, as part of the stages of plot, we have the rising action. The rising action. This is a series of events following the initial incident and leading up to the dramatic climax. Okay, of course, during the course of the play, say build up right from the beginning. Now the preliminary event and then the rising action. You see, it keeps building. It keeps building. Depending on what the writer of the play, of the drama, has in mind. Is the series of events, like I said, following the initial incident that will be leading up now to the dramatic climax. That tells us that the very next one, which is the fourth one in the stages of plot, is the climax. The climax is the turning point of a story when events can go either way. That is just the highlight. That is the turning point. That is the peak of that story, the peak of the play, the peak of the drama, as the case may be. And then we have the fifth one, which is the falling action, the series of events following the climax. After the climax, what happens next? Okay, the falling action, it's like a graph. It now begins to come down. Now that is what the falling action is all about. And then finally we have the denouement or conclusion. The denouement or conclusion, okay, another term for ending. That is now the ending. How is the drama going to end? That is denouement or conclusion. Okay, it is the French word for unraveling. Okay, how is it going to end? So that is all about plot as far as a literary element is concerned. Now that is not all. We have other literary elements. The next one we are going to be looking at is character. Character is a person portrayed in a drama or a novel or any artistic piece. The individuals that are part of the play or the drama, they make up the character. Okay, so we refer to them as character. And then the next one is exposition. Exposition is the who, the when, the where, and what part of the play. So that is the exposition. The who, you are talking about who and who, the when did this take place, where did it take place, and the what and all that. And that is the exposition. You are just throwing light on every aspect of the play and of the drama. And then we have the story organization. The story organization has to do with the beginning, how it was organized, how is it going to start, then the middle, and how is it going to end. That is all about the story organization. Then conflict. What do we mean by conflict? Conflict is the internal or external struggle between opposing forces, ideas, or interests that creates dramatic tension. That is conflict. There's going to be conflict. There's going to be tension between some characters, between the ideas of the interest of that is in the play. And then also we have suspense. Suspense has to do with the feeling of uncertainty as to the outcome. There's this element of suspense in every play. The element is always there. You are like, what is going to happen? It builds this interest and excitement on the audience. There's a feeling of uncertainty. You don't know what's going to happen. You just see the characters are getting involved, the way they are coming in and coming out and playing their roles. And then it's like it's building you are aroused. You this excitement. You don't just know what is going to happen. It has this feeling of uncertainty. What is going to happen? That is what we refer to as suspense or uncertainty. You are not sure of the next scene or the next act. You are not just sure of what is going to happen. So it creates that suspense in you. Okay, then we have theme. Theme is the basic idea of a play, the general idea, the point of view of perception that binds together the entire work, the entire drama. That is what the theme is all about. Then we have the language in drama, the particular manner of verbal expression. It refers to the diction or style of writing or the speech or phrasing that suggests a class or a profession or even a type of character. We have the style, which has to do with the shaping of dramatic materials, the setting or the costume. This has to do with the style. Okay, of course that the costume has to do with what the characters are going to be putting on, and that has to do with the costume. Then let's look at dialogue. What do we mean by dialogue? Dialogue is a conversation between characters in a play or drama. Okay, it's a conversation between characters. And then when we are talking about the function now, it actually brings the characters to life by revealing their personalities, by showing what they are thinking and feeling in the course of relating with other characters. So you get to know more of the characters through dialogue. The more they dialogue with other personalities, you get to know more about them. Their feelings and and their mindsets. That they are the role they are going to be playing in the play. And then soliloquy has to do with a long speech delivered by a character who is alone on stage. You just see the character is just talking to himself or to herself. So giving a long speech, so that's refers to as soliloquy. Okay, and then the functions, soliloquy typically refers, reveals, the private thoughts and emotions of the character. Okay, it reveals the private thoughts in the course of talking to himself or to herself on stage. It begins to reveal the private thoughts and the emotions. And then finally we look at the foil, which is a character who provides a strong contrast to another character. Yes, this is a character, it provides a very strong contrast to another character. He could be very brave, but then he has this other character by him who is so weak and so fearful. So, and the two of them are always together. So you have a character who has a very good personality, very strong, a very bold personality, and now combined with another character who is so weak and fearful, and the two of them are together. So you see, that is what we refer to as a foil, with a character that provides a strong contrast to another character. It provides this contrast. As you see this character, you just see the difference in the other character. The functions, okay, foil may emphasize another character's distinctive traits or make a character look better by comparison. That's actually what it does. So you see this character who comes around, and the distinctive traits of the other character is shown, is seen, and is revealed. And so that is what the function of a foil is. Now this brings us to the end of this lesson. Before we go, I have some evaluation questions for you. I want you to look at them and take them down. You are expected to answer them in your notes, and let me see whether you have followed what I have taught today. Just take them down. We have all the questions there for you, and in our next class we'll continue from where we have stopped today. I want to believe that you have had a nice time in the lesson that we have had. In our next class we are going to continue with the other aspects of the elements of drama. See you and have a nice time.